How many you got over there?
There's three over there. Ask Alma if she wants the small percussion too. Ask Alma if she
Small stuff?
yeah, there's some go-go bells and stuff like that too. Bring all that.
You said two things, I know.
Did you say piano?
No, I'm a student, a grad student.
A grad student. But she does work with the Department of Ethnomusicology. And she has been a really motivating force in our community. She's done a lot of things with the whole drumming community in Tallahassee and with dance, particularly African dance in Tallahassee. And we're very fortunate to have her here in this town, and she's going to probably make us get up and move. We're all butts on benches. That's our acronym. So we will, but we do have some dancers here too, which will a few, so they'll help us. Thank you so much for coming.
Could you tell me how much time I have?
You can take your full 45 minutes.
Okay. What time is it right now?
11:55.
So back till 12:35. 12.
Okay, got it. Well, I am here to maybe tell you how the drumming works. Drum works in African dance. And I hope I can help you understand help you understand something about how the drumming works and how it works in the dancing. But first of all, I'd just like to tell you a little bit about the drums and how they function in an ensemble and also in a dance performance. First of all, we have several drums, and each drum has a function. We also have bells, we have the rattles, and they also have functions. Now, you can call the African drum as your Western orchestra, because in that we have what you call the conductor, but in this case, the person does not stand up and do this. We also have the person who acts or performs as the concert master. We'll also talk about that. So let's just begin by telling you what the instruments do, or what instruments does, what each instruments play, the function it does in the ensemble. Now, the first instrument here is a bell, and I'm speaking mostly from Ghana, from a Ghanaian point of view, on the West African coast. Now, this instrument here is a slate bell. Some people call it a taco bell because of its shape. and this instrument is the instrument which is called a timekeeper, because for each ensemble to begin, he is the first person to play before the others come in. And so you can equate this instrument with what you call the concert master in the Western orchestra. You also have the rattle. And you also have several drums. Now, amongst the drums, we have a drum which is called the master drum. And that master drum will be what you will call the conductor, because the members of the ensemble have to listen to him. He plays slow, everyone plays slow, fast, soft, soft, and he gives the signal for everyone to stop. Now, he is the same person also who plays the improvisatory rhythms for the dancers. When he changes a certain rhythmic pattern, the dancers change their movement. So there is this constant communication between the dancers and the master drum, and also between the master drummer and the rest of the ensemble. We have the master drum, and he plays those different rhythmic patterns. The other drums play ostinato beats. Ostinato, repeated phrase over and over again. And so they are the so-called supporting drums. So they support the ensemble or the master drum. And for each ensemble, there are specific instruments that you can use. In some dances, you cannot use a certain drum. You cannot use a certain bell. You cannot use a certain rattle, because it is considered a taboo. So each dance has its specialized drums which are used, and also the people who play it. Now, the person who plays the master drum has to be a special person. No other person plays the master drum but that person. And the person who plays it has to go through certain initiation processes. He has to be blessed, he has to go through certain processes and taught certain hardships. And he's the only person who can play that drum. Any other person who touches that drum may be fined, or sometimes it is considered that he may defile that drum. And especially women are not allowed to touch that drum. Especially women. Some people say, well, that's sexist. But women also have their role they play in an ensemble. They dance, they sing, they clap. So the man should play the drum. Women mostly are not allowed to play drums because they said every month women blah, 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 do this, and so they are unclean. And during that time, if a woman touches a drum, she may defile the drum. And since the drum is sacred, it will lessen the sacredness of the drum. And the drum is seen as a spirit also, because the tree itself is a spirit. So before a drum is constructed, certain rituals have to be performed to appease the spirit. That whoever is cutting that tree doesn't get hurt or whatever, and also for the drum to speak well to the people and for the people. And so considering all these things, then a specialized person has to play that drum. Just one person. The other drums anyone can play, any person, and usually it's men. Women are allowed to play your rattles or your bells, which have no spiritual qualities to them. I was talking to someone in a class at FSU, and they said, well, that's sexist. I said, hey, I do not have a problem with it. Because I grew up with it, and it's part of culture. So I've grown up with it, and I have accepted it because I know there is something else that I can do, or I am supposed to do. And so why don't I just leave this for him and do my part? So there's always this agreement or understanding of the division of labor. Now, about the drums, the rhythm in African music is very important. Most people think it is very difficult, but what really goes on is that it is several rhythmic patterns, simple rhythmic patterns put together. And that's what makes it sound, quote unquote, chaotic, but it is not. Each person plays a different part or a different rhythm. And what is important is for that person to keep his part. Because when he deviates, it just messes the whole ensemble. And the most important person in an ensemble is this person here. Because the other players have to listen to him. And if he deviates, everyone gets thrown off. So his is the most difficult part, if you want to say that. There are several ways of playing the drum. You can either play with your hand, both hands, or with a hand and a stick, two sticks. And there is one other drum which you play right here. But you have to shave first. You have to shave. No, but that's a joke. It goes under your left hand or arm, whatever you want to call it. Now, all the drums can be tuned. And these things here is what you tune the drums with. Here. These things here. That's how you tune the drums. Now, this is the skin. So when you hit on these things, it pulls the membrane down, tightens it, and raises the pitch. And that's how it happens. And I think with these congas here, you just have to use some screws or something to do it. Now, this drum goes here. Now, if you want to get a pitch or a higher pitch, you just squeeze on these thumbs, these leather thumbs. Then stretch the membrane, pull it down, and raise the pitch. That's right. That's how it works. That's how this works. And also for the bell, you can also get a high and a low pitch also. Now when you want a high pitch, you just lay it flat in your palm and just hit very loud. And when you want to get a low pitch, you just hold it slightly. You get those two pitches here. And for this drum, which I think you call the cowbell, I don't know why you call it cowbell. It looks like nothing like a cow. And in an ensemble, the only person who sits are those who play the drums. Everyone else stands up, usually behind the drummers or by their sides. Now, for the dancers, it is always important that the dancers know their rhythms. Who plays what time it is going to change. Because if you don't know it, you don't know the dance. And in most cases, a person who dances has to be able to drum also, to play the drum. Because without knowing it, it is easy for you to fall out of the dance. So drumming and dance are like siblings, they go together. I remember when I came here first, I told, I'm a music student for some reason. When I came here first, I told one of my professors that I wanted to write about dance, to concentrate on dance. And he said, well, you don't belong to the music department, go to dance department. I said, how come? He said, because dance and music are different. But no, they are together. Without music, there's no dance. Without dance, there's no music or drumming. The drumming motivates the dance. And the drumming gives the mood to the dancers. If it is fast, the dancers are going to dance very fast. If it is slow, they'll dance slow, whatever it is, to express whatever is being said. Whether it is a funeral or whether it is a hunting scene, whatever it is. Even whether it is a child's game. So the drumming and the dance go together. It's very important. Now, I am hoping that you are all willing to do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, because I always want to have the audience participate. And for those of you who are dancers, and those of you who are not dancers, everyone I hope will try to move so that we can feel how the movement and the rhythm works. Let's see what else I have type. Do you have any questions so far?
Yes.
Yes.
You said the dancers should know the drumming, but you said that women aren't allowed to drum.
Women are not allowed to drum, but they have to know how the drumming goes. Even if they have to drum on the chair
They're allowed
to
do
practice
that.
it.
They're allowed to drum on a log or something.
On maybe a chair or something, or on a table somewhere, just for them to know the rhythms and see how it feels with their dance. Yes.
Do you find examples in Ghana of people playing without someone dancing? Like what you see in the streets or in someone's home, musicians playing and drumming without someone dancing, like practicing, so to speak?
See, that's one thing. We don't have something called practicing. We don't have that. You do it, and I've always had my students tell me, oh, we have to rehearse. I said, no, just do it. and so we don't have practice. We just do it. If you know it, why should you practice? And also, you just have to let the music move you.
But I mean, do you find people drumming?
Just for
Yeah.
play? No.
If I walk through Ghana, will I hear and see people drumming without someone dancing?
I don't think so. That is almost, no, that is a no. No, it's not. Any other questions before I go on? Okay, now with the drums, there are two ways in which you can play them. I already told you about the bell, this big bell. And no one lives downstairs. You can get your high and your low tone. It is very important that this is very flexible. Can we all do it? It's flexible? Just let it go. It will not fall off. If this is very stiff, you are not going to get the quality that you want. So it has to be flexible. Now, when you want a high pitch, you just flex your fingers are very flex, and you align your knuckles here along the rim of the drum. Just play and let it go. And if you want to get a low pitch, you just slightly cup your fingers and play toward the center. So that's how you do that. Now, about rhythms. A person in an ensemble has to know how his part fit with the other parts. There is always a call and response going on between two drummers or two whatever. So you listen to that person and see how your part fits into it. Because if you do not have that understanding, you can never play well and you'll always be off. And if you go off, you are going to hurt the dancers because it doesn't go off. So there always has to be this union or this unity between the ensemble and the dancers. Let's try some demonstration. I'll pick an instrument, I'll play a rhythm, and I'll give it to someone else to carry it off. Let's try this. Anyone want to try that?
We've got
Is it drummer?
He's a violin player.
Alright. Keep going, don't stop. One. You have to move. Ah, tak, 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 tak. Everything has to move. Everything has to dance on you. Your hair has to dance, your nose has to dance, your teeth has to dance. All right, let's try it again. So far, so good. Now, I still play some women, and I'll pick someone, 2 or 3. There is what you call the urination or whatever. You have that. All these contribute to the dance. Woo. So this is just for ladies, unless a man has a high pitch. Lady 1. Woo! Who gets it? You do it.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, there's a dancer, and you begin to do woo. Just stop. Move the dancer. Woo! The next one. Just
Any takers?
who wants to try? Want to try? Try again. Try. Next one. Your teeth. Want to try?
No, I got cold.
Yeah. Do you want to try? Okay, good. That's number 3.
I'm being looked at here. Now hear it one more time. It's almost like gum.
All right. Oh, you have gum? All right, let's try with other gum.
It's gonna really come out.
And the last one is anyone?
Dancers should do it one of these days. Carrie Beth, come on.
What is it?
Yeah.
Now they're going to play. Now when they play, ladies, one person will come at a time. You begin. Woo! You stop. They keep playing. to the drumming?
Where our
Ba, 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 it's kind of all the sound. Questions?
where our feet following where she was drumming?
No, not quite. But you always, your foot. Did you say your foot? The next one, these are my kids. I would like them to demonstrate something, which I would like the whole class to watch. The whole group. No, take a seat. Yeah. This is the beginning, and this is how they come in. This is the count. See, this you can count it. which will warn them that there's going to be another rhythmic movement in different way. And when that happens, they change. Now let's assume that the master drummer has given the cue, and they're doing another rhythm. So it means that the dance will change, the dance movement will change. 4 times. Let's try. Okay, we start. Stop. Second time. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, stop. Okay. The last time. There no jump. Okay. Let's try. First one. Last time. the dancer has to know where they are and catch up with them. So there's always this call and response, communication between them and you. Any questions? Yes.
So the men don't learn dances at all, men don't dance?
Men do dance.
They do?
Men dance, yes. Men dance. And in fact, men do this part of the dance too. But like the dancers, you know, they're drumming or what the rhythm is all about. When it changes, when it stops, and stuff like that. And likewise, they have to know the dances.
So it's not like an improv thing, like they know what the dances are, there's different, are there certain dances, like is that a certain dance? That's-
Yes. And the only person who improvises is the master drum. And he gives the cue. And like what these people were playing, that is the supporting drums part. So they keep playing the same thing over and over. A master drummer will be playing different rhythms altogether.
So the dancers know immediately when the drums change.
They have
They're
to.
supposed to
They
change
have
their
to.
movement too.
They have to.
It's amazing.
Because they will get a cue from the master drummer. They have to know those cues to listen.
So these were set dances, but the master drummer would then improvise, and you would improvise.
Right,
That's what we did in last year's conference. We had the
Right.
lead dance.
Yes, sir.
I just wonder, are there any age restrictions on any of this? In other words, do people, do you ever retire from the?
You're too old.
Well, it depends on how strong your bones are.
Yeah.
Some people can dance until the age of 100. And also, the more you dance, the more stronger you become also.
Mhm.
Because you always exercise your body.
The reason I'm asking is just because when I've seen dance, I always see fairly young dancers, and I just wondered in communities whether that's the
You
case.
see what?
When I've seen Ghanese dancing,
Uh-huh.
I've mostly seen people who demonstrated who were fairly young. But I've
Uh-huh.
never been in Ghana to see whether in the
Oh,
actual
people
community
dance.
old people are
Old
dancing.
people
Yeah.
dance.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised at how well they can dance. Sometimes they can dance much better than the younger
Than the
ones.
youngers.
Yeah, because they've been doing it for so long. It's easier for them. Their bones are all structured to fit to move with the dance.
Their bones have grown into the rhythm.
Right, yeah, you can say that. Yeah, and even their hair. Any other questions for anyone? No questions,
Do the
yes.
drummers, the one, do they always play those same rhythms on those instruments?
Which people?
Well, the drummers, when they, these different.
They're supporting drummers.
Yes, are they switching off rhythms ever, or once they start playing a pattern, they keep it up?
No, not necessarily, because when the movement changes, the movement comes with its own rhythmic patterns.
Okay,
And so they have to change,
They
but
might
they'll
change.
keep that same rhythm until the movement changes again and then they do something else.
That's all cued by the master drum.
Right. Yes, always key by the master drum. So like the first one, you heard them playing, that was ostinato. They played that throughout. And then when the next movement came, they changed to play, and they kept that on until maybe if another movement should come on, and they'll change on a rhythmic pattern, which they'll keep playing over and over and over. Ostinato.
Is that the same way with the dance steps? That basically there are patterns that keep being repeated, and then until the drummer changes it, the master.
You have to do
Depending on
it
the
until it
step.
changes. See, we don't have something like counting. Like you do 8 of these steps and then you go, if you don't do that, you always get a cue from the master drummer.
Are the articulations of the movements, say for instance when we jump backwards, you were doing something with the arms coming in.
Mhm.
Are they very defined as to where the arms come in and whether or not you're fisted or crossed? Because there were several different things that I saw.
They have to be one type.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to be
And
one
what,
type.
for that movement, what was it?
You do ba, ba, ba. Okay. Usually hold a fan. A fan? Right, the fan. And they look at it. That's what this is for. So you have to look at it. Then you go. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. So they are definite. And you can't change them.
If we were outside,
Mhm.
would you arrange would the dancers be in a circle? or just in a group, or?
Well, usually most dances are in circles, yeah. Most dances are in circles. Any other questions? And this dance actually is in a circle until you come to this part. This part of it. And then here, even the dancers will have to, there comes a point where they will have to go to a certain drummer and dance for him.
Mm.
And then there's this communication. So when he'll be motivated to play faster. And then so he has to dance, and so she has to dance faster. And then when she finishes, she bows to him and goes back to her place. Yeah.
Excuse me, have you any name for this music?
This music, this music is performed by the people in northern Ghana.
What tribe?
I think it's the Damani people. The Damani, yeah. Damani people make it sound nice.
Is it would it be okay for you to choreograph a new dance, or are these,
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
do you have to, or do you have to only do the old dances?
When people choreograph, they try to bring out certain different movements from other dances and put them together. For example, if they are trying to talk, or if the dance is going to portray a hunter's scene, they may take a movement from a hunter's dance and maybe take a movement for, say, a warrior's dance, which will have that same concept of hunting with a bow or an arrow or with a gun, and brought that movement.
Improvise, or you could set the choreography?
It has to be set.
And you could do it 2 years from now and bring that piece up.
It has to be set, yes.
Do you create new images for movement? Like you're saying hunter's scene
Uh-huh.
and warrior scene.
Uh-huh.
Do you, in new choreography, do you create new images and new movements?
Well, you either have to portray the hunter's scene or the warrior's scene.
I think she means like new images, like driving, or as society's evolving.
Are you calling upon,
Driving
are
a
you
car
only
like-
calling upon
Something different.
a traditional?
What? Car?
Yeah. I mean,
Where?
could you talk
Yeah,
about something
yeah.
that's more
Only
about modern
calling
life in
for
a day?
Traditional imagery from traditional.
Different images, different gestures.
I think you can, but that is usually done by the older people in the society, because they know how to do what, and how also there are certain movements that you cannot mix up together,
Mm.
you know, and so you have to know what movements. If you want to create something, you have to know which movement can go with that movement, because if there is a conflict, let's say if those movements are not allowed to come together, then there may be a conflict, you know, and it may create problems. For example, if there's a love dance scene, okay, and if there's a hunter scene, there is more likely that you cannot draw parts from this movement, because love scene and hunter scene is totally different. There are two different things.
Steps are different.
Right, steps are different, and the context and concept are all different, so you can't really mix or draw from those. Did I answer your question?
I think so.
Maybe she says, if you have a hunter's dance,
Okay.
you are making a hunter's dance, and you make up your own movement, a new movement, to fit into the hunter's dance.
It depends on what you're trying to portray. If the hunters, well, there are several hunters dances. It can be that he's going to kill, he is going to kill a lion, and that dance can portray the movement of the lion, how the lion moves, how the lion growls. And so whatever you do, you have to make sure that it fits within that concept or title.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, maybe I don't understand what you're trying.
Well, another way of explaining it,
Uh-huh.
in ballet,
Uh-huh.
there's a defined set of movements.
Uh-huh.
And not to my knowledge is anybody making up new
Mhm.
ballet positions or anything like that.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
so in the dance, say, in the dances that come from a traditional
Mhm.
foundation,
Mhm.
are you drawing, when you're making a new dance, are you drawing only from those places? Or can you create new movements with new imagery? Say, for instance, if there's nothing in the vocabulary for worshiping the sun, are you making up such?
It has to be accepted by the society because you have to know what is associated with the sun and stuff like that. Because if you're not careful, you may be committing a taboo or a sin or something. So you have to know what is associated with the sun until you can do that.
In the dance of Haitian dance, I know that every movement has a meaning, and that's true in your dance.
Very
right?
true. Very true.
Every
Yes.
dance.
Yeah, and most dances portray a certain historic story, something that is past. For example, there's a dance called Panlogo, and the dance came about by a guy who won a pair of twins. She was able to get them and marry them. And when she did, and these two girls were princesses. And so when she got to marry them, she inherited, the guy inherited all the stuff that the king had. And because of that, he was very happy. There he was winning $1 million or $10 million from this poor status. Now, he was very happy. And when he was happy, he did several movements. And some of them were even obscene. And so because of that, they developed a dance. And the dance is based on those two girls. One is called Pan, the other is called Logo. And so the dance is called Pan Logo because of the fact that those movements come from that scenery of the man getting to write Pan and Logo.
I think the other thing that we forget is that the dance and the music occurs in the community with everyone participating, so that when things have to be communicated, there has to be the sense that they come from the agreed values of the community. It's not like we'll just make up a movement and you figure out what it means. The purpose of the communication is far more rigorous, and everyone needs to benefit by it and share it. So that's I think that's one thing we forget, because we look at movement often as an abstraction, and we also say that performers are different from audience, which is not the way it is.
No, that's why I try to incorporate
Well,
that.
how is it now in Ghana? Do all the children learn to dance and to make music? Or just some,
They
or
learn.
there always some people who are better than others?
See, that's one thing we don't have the thing as this is better or this is bad. We all know it, you know. And what is important is that we understand what it is for, within what context it is being performed. So, who is better or who is the virtuoso, it doesn't make any difference. No, we don't have that.
Is there a master choreographer like there is a master drummer?
The person who usually teaches the dance will be the master drummer. Because he would know what the movements or what the rhythms portray.
By virtue of directing the rhythm, he's directing the steps.
Right.
He's
Right.
organizing
Right,
the
yeah,
dance.
so he does that. Yeah, he does that.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Mm.